it's made in a Hollywood basement. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement.
Mr. Gerson, you gotta make an important announcement today.
Of course.
Whoa!
Let's cut to the chase. You all know that 50% of the worldwide population thinks that man has never been on the moon.
Come on. Is this guy for real?
Well, yeah, there are all kind of conspiracy theories out there.
That's what they said. But today, I'm going to show the truth. Today, the whole world will know that the space race was just a big lie!
It's one small step for man, one giant leap So, I guess you want to do it again. Okay.
Hello, my name is Gene Gilmore. My birth given name is Eugene Reuben Akers. I don't want any money for what I'm doing because hopefully this video won't come out until after my death. So I have nothing to gain, nothing to profit by telling you what I'm going to tell you. And a lot of what I'm going to tell you is available online until they see this video. Then I'm sure things will start getting scrubbed. As well as moon photos. But anyway, my father in 1968 was stationed at Cannon Air Force Base in New Mexico. I made notes on my computer. So this is my deathbed confession because now I'm dying of cancer. I've got cancer all over the place, and they don't know where it's coming from, and I don't know if they can stop it, but it don't look good. So I'm going to go ahead and make this video for Bart Cybrell. He knows not to do anything with it until notification of my death, for which my son will respond to that. Okay, like I said, in 1968, my father was stationed at Cannon Air Force Base in New Mexico. We lived in Clovis, New Mexico. He was in the military police for over 20 years. And on his deathbed in 2002, we made a recording of what happened. Now, I already told you what happened to the recording. But it doesn't matter because all the facts are there, so it doesn't matter who's telling the story or whatever. I will, at the end of the video, I'll supply a picture of my father, his badge, the flag of when they buried him. I'll show you some photos of my dad. I was born in 1955. So in 1969, I was 14 years old. I vividly remember the Apollo 11 coming down, landing on the moon, they're walking around and all that stuff. Anyway, I never questioned that until my dad told me what he told me on his deathbed. And then I started doing a little, nothing major, nothing, just surfing the web, I think they call it, surfing the web. And a lot of that information's right there on the web. I mean, it verifies the story that he told me. A good detective, a good one, would be able to uncover a lot more of the story than I'm getting ready to tell you. So, please have at it. Okay, anyway, this is the story that my dad told me on his deathbed. Project Slam Dunk was the name of this. President Johnson in 1968, okay, in Cannon Air Force Base in 1968, he said by the time he got there, that there was already 2 large hangars that were connected. There was hundreds of dump trucks that came in and dumped sand and stone, and cement powder was powdered over the top of all that to make it look like a lunar landscape. They had men that fashioned it into a lunar landscape, he said. Okay, I've never known my dad to lie, so this all took me by surprise. You know, what's that all about? So anyway, he said that in front of the airplane hangars was pole framing with large canvas tents that was concealing the inside of the staging area. Inside the staging area, on flatbed trucks, was uncrated the lunar lander that was reassembled back inside the hangars. All of the walls were painted flat black, and the ceilings as well. He was sworn to secrecy by the NSA, and they would put him in prison for breaking that oath. When Dad saw the moon landing on TV, he cried. He said he knew that what he had witnessed on TV was exactly what they recorded in that hangar.
You ought to be in pictures. That's the best.
Let's say it. Another one to print. I think that's awfully good. That one and the one before it was pretty good. This
We
is
have
really...
about 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of time.
Yeah. I claim this land in the name of...
What do you got now? Now move.
Cut it.
Ready? And action.
Cut it.
Jim, very good.
Print that.
There
Print
you go.
for...
He needs to go
41.
off this mark.
Once more, please.
Otherwise, he,
Let me walk it. Before you tell me I don't want
back in the middle of it.
Here's what we really need is for him to go to his left and then kind of veer back. Is that right? No lights on the car. No lights. No lights.
Headlight.
Exactly right, and it has to be. We have to be high enough so that we've got you against blue sky and not against Earth as you're coming in. You're coming in a descending approach as you get in.
Over. We can rehearse it. Said, go back and we'll rehearse it and see how it looks.
Ready? And action. Headlight.
Quiet.
Headlight on the mic.
Ready? And action. Ready and turn.
Use the second marker there.
Love you, and yeah.
Well, this is a hell of a time not to.
That's right.
We're in a little deep now,
Right.
fella, let me tell you.
We're rolling.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for... So, I guess you want to do it again. Okay.
Stand by, here we go.
Marker? Yeah. Right now, Jim, that was better.
Forget it. Wait a minute.
There's another spectacular view. The pilot who missed the crater. Watch out. Watch out, John.
Ready? And action.
Let's say it's another one to Fred. I think that's awfully good.
So they use clapsticks on this one. Be a mic tap hit.
Hey. Action. Ready? And action.
Head slate. You want to head?
But he didn't land there. He landed in the field.
Tail slate coming up right now. Right now, Jim, that was better.
Rehearsal, guys.
All right, this is just rehearsal. Ready? And action.
Altitude's a little high.
Pitch forward, get a really good view of the
You're
landing
looking
site.
great. Coming up 9 minutes. Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet.
Peter has
Coming up now. I'll tell you I'm off the ground.
Peter has put a mark back there where he wants you to land.
What's
so you
it
can
look
see
like?
them on
5.5 pounds.
But it's a tire and
Nine
something.
forward. Yeah, control. Command override off. Engine arm on.
We're home.
413 is in.
Man on the moon.
Okay.
Ready? And action.
What do you think?
Well, it's not a good idea, but what were you going to do? Right now, Jim, that was better.
Forget it. Wait a minute.
You know what I'm saying?
This is this shot, right? Only then, what are you going to move around another master before you get in closer?
Oh no, this sequence right here. Now moving to the two-shot view that picks it up from there, and then moving into a four-shot that comes back from the house. As the scene progresses, we're going around this thing. Yeah. Because I don't think you can divorce this conversation from that. Forgive it just came from 5 solid minutes of this. Very important to understand you reacting the way we would react to seeing this.
had a good picture.
Anyway, Dad was one of 3 guards that guarded the inside of the front entrance. There was a list of 15 people who could enter. No one else was allowed by order of President Johnson. Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, Werner von Braun, Robert Emenegger, Gene Kranz, James Webb, Joe Kerwin, Dr. Thomas Paine, Glenn Looney, Dr. Christopher Kraft, Dr. James Van Allen, General Trudeau, Lieutenant Colonel Donald Simon, and Grant Norrie. Okay, President Johnson only showed up for the first day of filming. Filming lasted for 3 days, and the entire project was restored to original. In other words, the hangars were all taken apart, the sand was all removed, and so on and so forth. Okay. Dad said there was a lot of building going on at the base, so at the time, so sand and cement powder was never questioned. Dad told me all these things father to son. He also told me not to ever tell anyone what he had said, but he said on his deathbed that he had to tell somebody before he died because it was just too important not to tell. I sure as hell wasn't going to tell anybody. But no, I don't want any help. I just want somebody to pick up where I left off and be able to prove with the information I've given. And I'm trying to give as much as I can because I know that once I die, I'm not going to be able to be asked any questions. So that's why I tried to give you a little backstory too. But that's about all I can think of. My dad, he raised me by the book. I know he didn't lie to me. And as I started seeing more and more of what he was telling me was true, I realized my dad wasn't lying. I lifted the lid off my dad's case, and you can see that his name is Cyrus Eugene Akers. He was born on July 17th, 1933. He died on September 28th, 2002. Here's his badge, and I wanted to see if I could get as close as possible so that you can read the numbers on the bottom, which are, okay, there it is. (07596) 07596. That's my dad. And it must have been a really early picture because he's only got 2 stripes, so that was back in the 50s, I'm sure. Probably not long after I was born. And there he is. That's my father. My dad, he raised me by the book. I know he didn't lie to me. And as I started seeing more and more of what he was telling me was true, I realized my dad wasn't lying.
It's a great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only the United States.
Get that bozo out of here! Come on, Punching Chips could do a better job!
Now, what you have to ask yourself is, why is Stanley Kubrick, which is a sci-fi genius director, meeting with an Apollo administrator, a sci-fi author, and an astronaut and a NASA advisor 4 years before the moon landing? Coincidence? I don't think so. It takes several years to make a movie sometimes. You got to remember, these guys were making a movie that was going to fool the whole world.
I said cut!
I knew it! What? That footage was a fake! Yeah, right. And how the heck would you know?
This is nonsense! How can people believe this farce?
We've already received thousands of emails claiming the moon landing was a hoax.
Social media is going nuts over this. Everybody's already calling it the big lie. Madam President, we have to stop this right now! Right now! Right now!
Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood